Hey everyone. Okay, so I tried to do a live stream earlier, um but it's like the minute that I started doing it, I thought I was gonna be good and a whole bunch of people started streaming right around the same time. So it kind of drowned me out. I got like a few people came in for a fraction of a second and then they left. And I mean I get it. I watch streams too. Um I watch all a good chunk of the um, Hermitcraft crew. I watch a good chunk of the Truly Bedrock crew because, I'm not biased. Bedrock, Java, whatever. This is what I play because this is what I have access to on my PS4. So, um, it's Minecraft all in the same. We all play the same game. Some people have better things than others, yes. Java's got quite a bit of hands up on us in Bedrock, but hey, that happens. Um, Especially with technology. So one day, hopefully, everything will be evened out a little bit for those of us who, like, I can't get Java on my PlayStation. So, maybe one day it'll be leveled out so I'll be able to have the same opportunities as the people on Java. Who knows? But alright, well, today I'm going to be doing just a full tour of the Greek Pack world. A complete tour. So this video might be a little bit long, um, but the reason I'm doing this is because nobody else is getting on this world anymore. Um, I created a whole area for everyone to get on and play with and enjoy, and by the time I got it done, everyone else was pretty much done with this world. They all either abandoned their builds halfway through or something. Um, so I'm doing this to kind of record everything that had been done and progress that was made, etc. Um, throughout the time. That way, you know, I can basically say one final farewell. Um, Army is the lead person for this realm, and after this video goes out, I'm gonna be asking him to, or saying, go ahead, kill it, get rid of the realm because nobody's on here anymore. No point in paying for something that nobody's utilizing. And my whole Map 9 project that I did, it's been seen maybe once by everyone for a fraction of a second. They came, did a couple of the rides, and then they left, and then that was it. And, it is what it is. Um, but okay, so if some of you guys remember, this is where we spawned. There was this little island here. This was a little bit different too, terrain. But there was just a small little mountain here. This was covered in trees, stuff, and this it was chaotic over here. So from here, we ended up starting to build downward, and I dug a tunnel down there, and I just kept digging and digging. And I had Vampy's help, Phoenix occasionally helped, Army helped, on occasion to get down to this, area. This area was Augustus. But once I got down to 10, I dug out. I did get a lot of diamonds doing this, but I dug out. And the reason I did that was because we needed a lot of resources and fast. And I found the fastest way at the time was to just dig it out. So I cleared out a big area Of course, here's all the torch spam because when this world was first created, it you couldn't have even a sliver of darkness or mobs respawning. Well, now they have that zero darkness rule, which, yeah, it's nice, but it wasn't intact beforehand. Um, so I spent weeks clearing this out to get resources and to make sure that everyone was set, because I always think about everyone else. Over here was not me. This was actually Army and Augustus. They decided to unleash a wither inside here. So yeah, that was them. Here's a little spawn or slime thing. Look at those heads in this Greek pack. That is so funny. Okay, so then we had found a little mob spawner thing over there for these guys, and oh, I already killed them all earlier, just a little bit ago when I was trying to live stream. But there's a nice monster spawner right up here, and so, and there's so many slimes. They go along here, they get pushed by the water into this little tunnel here, and we would sit here and kill them. And then we could just come out here, and I had more slime than I knew what to do with, to be honest. That's kind of what made me want to make an amusement park like I did. See, there's one of them. Okay. But yeah. That's kind of what made me want to do it, because I had so much slime, and I was like, what am I going to do with all of this slime? Like, it's very bouncy, but I don't need that many sticky pistons, and I don't want to just throw it away. I'm one that I try to use whatever resources I get, in whatever way possible. But yeah, and then after the update where the world went below zero, and Deep Slate came in, we did some tunneling down here, and to adventure and kind of get a nice visual of what everything was like. And I came through here and did some clearing out, things like that. I'll drop all this stuff off. But yeah, just mostly just clearing out for resources and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that was just part of things. And then, like I said, we had all of us here on this world. I'll do our section last. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll start with my son, Phoenix. He started over here and kind of did this little tower build. He started working with it as a temporary base, and then he ended up moving on. And created this little platform. Okay, but he created this little platform here. It kind of had a circular motion. I think he may have seen someone else do this and decided that it was something neat he wanted to try. Just kind of, I guess you could say, experimental phases. Looking at different concepts that he liked and things like that, and got himself a nice little build here. It's really quite cute. And he's got his little dragon head here. But yeah, that was, this was about the majority of things that he did. He also did that little tower there, but yeah, it took him a little bit to get this going, so he had to do all the resource collecting and everything. But him and Vampy also don't get on nearly as much as everyone else does. Vampy a little bit more than him. and that's actually where I'm heading now. Right next to Spawn. Vampy had herself a little house here. That she connected up to Spawn. And she's got a little garden in there. She's got a nice little 2-3 story house. And everything with that. Nice little patio back there. And then she started doing some work on what was supposed to be a castle build. She just, why is it not closing? There we go. She just never got to the finishing point. She ended up getting pregnant. So her and Phoenix now have a little baby boy, my grandson, and they got distracted with life, and yeah. So she was working on this castle build here. I mean, she did quite a bit of work, compared to, wow. Okay, well, I was disconnected from the server. That's been happening a lot lately. Ever since I started live streaming, um, I get these random moments where I'm just disconnected, and I'm not even live streaming right now. This is 100% just me recording. So yeah, but this is, let's see. There we go. She's got a nice little run here that she was getting on. But yeah, she did quite a bit of work. She just never got to the finishing point. She's got the shell for the most part, minus the roof. But yeah, she did quite a bit of work on her area. So yeah, and then we've got Army, and he started off over here, with his build. We kind of all stuck close by to each other, to start off. But he started off over here, got him some pandas, and then moved on and expanded up over into the mountain a little bit more. But one thing that I always thought was really cool was how he designed everything. He has multiple ways to get in and out of places. So it was really cool and really neat how he set that up. Because you can go in like down and in through here, up the water, up the ladder, and I mean, just, there's so much to it. But yeah, he's got buildings galore. He's got himself all nice and spread out. He tried to do the Eye of Sauron. I think it's Eye of Sauron. My brain might be not functioning properly. But yeah, he's got a nice little building over here. He's got his big castle build over here. And then he had this lovely entrance, secret entrance into his storage stash and everything. So yeah, and he's really crafty, really detail oriented, which is really neat. Those guys were still looking the same direction from when I left last time, when I was live streaming. But yeah, and then he added on, like I said, and split off. Let me see if I can get myself adjusted appropriately here. But he added on to here and made a little chessboard, or checkers, I guess you could say. But I mean, the board can, go both ways. So, but it looks to me like it's supposed to be chests, if I remember right. So, we'll see. Oh, and that's what the birch looks like in this pack. I love it. It's so cool. But yeah, so here's a little chessboard. I don't know how they made anything work. I really don't. But he had a nice little path that went out here. He also had one that was underground that led to a whole bunch of geodes when those first came out. So yeah, this is his lively build. He did start a new build somewhere else, but he was never really on at the same time as us for me to get the cords, so I can't really tell you guys where that is, or anything like that. And then here at the beginning, I kind of set up this map thing, just to make sure that people could see, you know, hey, this is spawn, and this is kind of how we're doing them. You know, we're trying to number them as we go along, but it's pretty complicated. But down here on map 9, that brown spot right there underneath my cursor, right above my cursor now, is the area that I made a whole massive area. That I'll be showing you guys here in a little bit. But yeah, this is, except for maps that haven't been propped up here by everybody, this, I mean, we explored a good amount of this map. So yeah, I'm gonna get across this really quick. And this is our house. I built this personally. It actually started off, this was just water, with the ground underneath. I started off with adding dirt and just expanded everything. Like, there was no ground under here. We actually had to use sponges and get everything out for our storage area. The whole works. But yeah, I built this house, and I'll go ahead and take you guys through it. This is the original part of the build. Like, if you would think about, like, if you build a house and then you want to do add-ons, well, this is the original part. I built it, and I had a couple rooms just in case anybody else needed to prop up while we were still going or starting off here. And then I added on. I started off with the left side here, and then added on the right side. This is kind of like your, you know, your kitchen, living quarters area. I guess you could say your open floor plan kitchen area. You got your sinks, you got your ovens, dishwasher, whatever you want to call them. And you've got your storage, your pantry, things like that. So it was something fun for me to build. On this side, we have the war room. Got all the little dudes sitting here, and Augustus kind of played with different things. I think he watched Zombie Cleo, actually, and got some of her, how she does that. I can't do that stuff. But yeah, and then we also have, this is the dead drop, or death drop. Goes down into the water. We did that just for fun, you know, because if you think about it, you know, you got a prisoner, pop him in there who's in chains, and everybody can sit here and discuss, you know, guilty, not guilty, that kind of thing. I don't know. And then we go up on the side, and we've got, this is just the stone room. I also started bringing some wood up here just because I was gonna start doing a little bit more decorative stuff, but I got busy with map 9, so that didn't work. This became the new room. everything new that we were gathering from the ores and everything from the deep slate. It was all brand new. We were checking things out, so we wanted one space for all of that so we could play with it all, and this was that. This was a little add-on that I did. It's actually, I built this, and this is the last add-on that I did, and it's in the middle of everything, so it's kind of neat, but we needed somewhere for all of our nether wart to grow, and that's what this is. In this pack, the nether wart is blue, and it looks like little ghouls or spirits or whatever you want to call it. Ghost spirits, anything you could call it. But yeah, so that was pretty neat. I'll wrap around here and you guys will be able to see kind of that add-on. And I put this back here to make sure each side can get connected to. But you can see the blue room there. That, like I said, that got added in last. I'll go inside and then I'll go up those stairs to the other part that was actually added in before that room was added in. But this was just, you know, if you're building a house, you gotta have your hangout room. This used to have a storage in it, but, sorry, I started yawning. It used to have a storage thing in it, but I kind of just, I don't know, I just didn't like it there, so I just put obsidian there and called it good. But this is, you know, your hangout room. You have your bookcases and your tables with lights and a bench and a couple of desks with chairs, you know, that kind of thing. We got a desk with a chair here, and this was the master bedroom. This is Augustus, this is my bedroom. This is his side, this is my side. Of course, we stole the bed from here, so it doesn't look exactly pristine how it would, but you got your little armoire cabinet. And then I got one over here, you know, using doors and things like that. And then at one point in time, the ceiling was almost completely full of chests and everything else. And that was before we added storage, and that was downstairs. Then up the stairs into the lone tower that has 2 dragon heads on it is our lovely enchanting room and brewery. So we can't leave out the brews. Yeah, there's more bookcases than we needed. I went all out crazy. I had a lot of books, so I had fun. But yeah, so there's that room. Like I said, it's got 2 dragon heads on top, one at the front, one at the back. So yeah. And then off of this, Augustus was looking for somewhere to put his mob spawner, and I sat here and I was like, you know what? Put it back here. So he put it back here, and yeah, I mean, it works good. I just filled this in with lapis because it used to be a water thing, but we don't use it anymore. But it's a manual. There's no trident killer with it. You have to manually kill the mobs. And then all the stuff gets, you know, thrown in here. And all that jazz. Get these things filled really quick. Alright, get out of there. They're just gonna keep spawning. Mid, that's pretty good. On my other world, I really need to add on to mine to make it better. But yeah, so that's the house above ground. And now to show you guys what happened below ground. Alright, so here at the entrance is where we had the below ground all set up. And this was even closed. We only had really one way in. But yeah, we go down the stairs here. And look at this beauty. This is something Augustus did. He does know how to build. I just usually do most of it. He can do it though. he just usually lets me do it, and he does all of this fancy stuff back here. Um, but yeah, so we've got the first level here, and then we came down the stairs and we made it look like, like a little bench seating. And then he's got access to the redstone in case anything were to break, but he started using this storage. This is much different than the one that we did in the fantasy pack world that we had. But then he did a double-sided one here. He stretched his limits with this one, but that's okay because he was still getting the hang of the storage system while we were building this, so it helped him out a lot. He was able to take and twist and turn and make it work, and it worked. Amazingly. There was a few glitches at the beginning, but if there's not a glitch, then you don't learn from anything, so that's the way I see it. But I love all of these. Okay, so as you see, this is the honey block. That is just gorgeous. And then you come over, and this is where the wool starts. That's every single wool in this game has a pattern. That's wood. But every wool has a pattern. And it is so neat. You can use them for tons of different things. I think I have more wool upstairs, actually. And I think the next floor down was the one that he didn't really... Yeah. He ended up stopping there because we ran out of stuff for putting things in. Okay, here we go. Is that one? It's really neat. My favorite is that one, of course, because Sphinx. Well, Sphinxes and Manticores. They're similar, but they are different at the same time. So that's my thing. But yeah, all the wool has a different pattern in this, and I love this. The bone meal, it looks like an urn. So that's kind of neat. The gold blocks has that pattern. That's really neat. Then you have the honey jars, honeycomb. But this right here is what the jungle trees look like in this pack. It's amazing. I love this pack. Just like the fantasy pack, I loved it too. And there goes my yawning again. My body feels like it needs to yawn every couple of minutes. Okay, here, outside, we'll go with what I started with first, and that was getting these guys set up. This used to not be this huge. It started off with just these two. You got your nest, and then you have your regular beehive. Let me get some honey jars while I'm here. There we go. I've never actually let these all fill up. I've gotten close. But yeah, this is part of my experimenting with bees. I was still new when I made the new to be part of things when I made this. So yeah. And I had a flower bed kind of thing going on, but because of the villagers that we brought in, I ended up taking them out because anytime that anyone got bad omen and they came anywhere near my place, the gardens just got destroyed. But I had, these are what the jungle leaves look like. So I had little pretty benches here. I left these. But I had like flower bed garden all throughout with the water fountain, and I had flowers going that way and all over that side. It was pretty. It really was. But And we got rid of it because of that. That's villager, breeder, your simple basic shop there with villagers. Um, this was the first concrete maker that we did here. Your simple, you drop it in, it goes and goes and goes, and only goes out so far. But we made a bigger one later on, playing with things. And this is my try at a fountain. Everything is a learning experience. You you try one thing, it doesn't work, you try something different next time. And then over here was something that me playing with redstone, watching some videos of people and how things work. Like I said, I'm still a novice, but this is the auto chicken machine, which cooks them, kills them. I get the feathers in the chicken as they grow up. Over here, I dismantled it. All the chickens are just going into the dispenser right now. In the new world that we're doing right now, it actually goes straight into a chest. But I don't want to go into the dispenser because it'll crack like pop the eggs. It breaks them for some odd reason. So I can't have the dispenser that going. It wasn't smooth when I tried it. But yeah, again, I had more flower beds back here. Had a nice little bell. That's loud. So yeah, I had the chickens go in there. Did really good. And we come in here. And we've got our sheep. Oh, that one just lost his. Alright. You can see them all. And the patterns on them. They look really naked right now. But yeah, we had every color going for anything we wanted. So that was neat in this world. I kind of want to do something similar in the other world, but it's also a big lag out. And can lag the system pretty bad. So I'm probably not going to do that. I at least want to do like one or two though. Even if they're just white. And then I can dye them. Over here I had all of the trees set up. So I had all types of, wood. You got your oak, the jungle's behind there. You got your lovely, well, I call it pine. Then you got your birch, and your azalea trees, and the dark oak. So yeah. And then up here is the cactus farm. It's not a mass producer, like my one in the New World. It works better, but there's also more in the one that I just created than this one, so. But it works. It gets the job done. Alright, and then over here, I've got my garden. It's an auto garden thing that I did not. That just scared me for a fraction of a second. Okay, I did not take this pattern or anything from anyone. I actually sat here one day and I played and played and played until I got this figured out. So it took me a while. It's not perfect. It's not pristine. All the stuff goes down on there. I've got my Unbreaking 3 mending hoe there. But Augustus did help me with the redstone portion. But all the other parts to it, I kind of did on my own. And Augustus added that in there for me because I kind of liked it. It was really neat. But we've got our wheat, our potatoes, our beetroot, and our carrots up top. And it's really simple because the dispensers are loaded with water at the top. And so when we hit this thing, it turns on the water. and everything comes down to the end. You give it a couple of minutes for everything to come to the front because you don't want to, have anything get left behind. And then you go back and you tell the water to pick back up. And it picks up the water source. And then, in the end, you've got all of your product farmed completely. You don't have to physically do that part by hand. Now, the part that you do have to do by hand is you have to plant by hand. But I won't be planting again in this one because, like I said, the world is going to be getting deleted. So there's really no point and no purpose. But everything will pile up there. In newer versions, I added more hoppers so that things weren't sitting out like that. Compared to this one was my first prototype, kind of, I guess you could say. But it works, and I had it lit up enough where no mob spawned, so that was great. Watermelon and pumpkin I could not manage that with because it would, take away that too. And most of the time it would leave the watermelon but take away the plant. So, I just had these guys up over here on the side, and of course I had to have my bone meal system over here. And then I have over here, as you can see, I've got my bamboo. I wanted to kind of have some fun with it, so Augustus and I played with some redstone, and we've got a nice little minecart with hopper down below, and the observers up there, it auto does it. It's that simple. Just something fun, but the minecart's constantly going, constantly picking up, and yeah, so it's nice and decorative and creative. And then I decided that I wanted to have some fun when I was figuring everything out about the kelp. As you see, this is extremely tall. We have some slime here, because like I said, we got way too many. I've never actually let the kelp get tall enough to turn on these lights. But Augustus set up these triggers so that I would be able to see it if the kelp reached the top. So he used some redstone technology and set this all up. But these lights have never gone off in this realm because I usually hit the button beforehand. Wow. Okay, that was not intended. I went to go bounce, and that didn't work. Alright, but we also had an easy access to be able to get in there. But I can come over here and manually break all the kelp. It flows over the back end and into these, which then they are cooked and they are sent through the line here. And then I can take these and turn them into the blocks. Most of the time I recycled them back in to have them be the ones cooking, etc. But I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, we'll get to those pathways here in a minute. Okay, well then one of the other things here is the cow farm. It's as simple as it gets. You get your cows contained, you get them up in pairs so that they can do their adulting business. You feed them, they do their adulting business, they make the babies, and babies fall down on here, they grow up, and then you take this lovely thing here that I labeled the Cow Slayer with looting 3, sharpness 4, fire aspect 2, and mending, and you take care of it. And I think I already collected everything. Oh yeah, and sometimes it spawns fish, which was really weird at first, but I think it's because I did so many of them. I also made a pig one of these, but I since demolished it, just trying to unlag up the system a little bit. But yeah, so that's pretty simple, pretty easy, and yeah, this took me quite a bit of time. Augustus mostly did a lot of the redstoning. He worked on the the villagers and things like that. Um, he like the redstoning for the concrete maker. He did. He did the mob spawner, and then over here, it took me a while before I decided that I wanted to fly. So I was finding different ways to do different things in the game. This is the killing hut, where you could sit up at nighttime. There's no torches on the ground over here at all, because this is for mob spawning. Looks like Vampy may have put some torches out here. I'm not too worried about it, because like I said, we're about to be closing out the realm here. But yeah, this was where you could just sit up here and kill things. If you saw an Enderman and you wanted to kill it, you could go that way. And the boys are fighting in the background. They have moments. But you had your up, your down, and then you had lights that I decided to make with the pumpkin heads, the jack-o'-lanterns, which they're pretty neat in this pack. But yeah, and then we had our Enderman area here. Because, well, you know how they pack a punch? And something that was weird. Okay. And those three things, like I was saying a moment ago, it took me a while before I decided I wanted to use wings. I still have yet to master these. I got through that one, but I haven't been able to get through that one or that one. You're supposed to be able to, with an elytra, fly through. The only problem is you have to be able to have yourself at like the perfect height, etc. And I'm scared to do it. I don't know. I try on that one. I'm just really scared to try. But yeah, a moment ago when I was live, there was a skeleton horse over here, and I went to go near it, and it bolted off some lightning and spawned a bunch more. So that was crazy. But yeah, so that's this main area here. And then from here, we figured out where the end was. And so I made minecarts that goes to it. So I'm gonna jump on a minecart and then I'll start recording when I get back there, or when I get there. Okay, well, we're starting to get a little bit closer here. I saw my little pathway there that I made when we were still boating over to here. I made the rail just because it makes it easier when you have other people online and say you gotta hurry up and take a trip to go to the bathroom or something. But this used to actually be a village over here. Someone left the minecart here, so I'll leave it up there. But this used to be a village. It was a village. Someone accidentally set off a raid here. We don't know who. I don't care who. It just, yeah. But I made stairs from the boat ramp up to the village. By then the village was already gone. And then, Army decided to have fun with it because someone set off a raid and then left. And when we came back, when we got here one day, all the villagers were pretty much dead. So he posted this up here. February 2021. So this, yeah, this ROM's a year old. More than. Yeah. But yeah. He made this little thing here. We still have a little bit of remnants. Like this little farm here, this little thing here. Things like that from what was left. There used to be a house set up there. Still left some of those up, stuff like that. But for the most part, I tore down the village when they were all dead and made this nice little house here. Wow, that door just didn't like me. This is where, if you needed to store something, you had room, or you could grab resources, whatever. I've always been open to everyone being able to share. Then we had a little enchanting area, for the fun of it. Stone cutter, brewery stand, all that fun stuff. And this is where the set spawn spot. Make sure I set my spawn. I'll get me some more food just to be on the safe side. And I don't think oh yeah, I have more rockets. Okay, good. Okay. But yeah, this is the spawn saber spot. Just so everyone had their spawn set. And then you come around here and you've got your water elevator up and your water elevator down. You go down here. And you're officially in the end area. Come in here. Close the door behind you. Oh, didn't mean to fall off. Look at that. That looks so cool. I love it. And I will try to not die, and I will take you guys in and show you guys things. The boys are not fighting anymore, but they are wrestling, so. But I just love how this stuff looks. It looks so cool. Alright. I usually stand here for a couple of seconds because all it takes is one accidental glare. And for some odd reason, this thing spawned us way out. Like, most of the time you have just like a few feet to go. Or a few blocks to go, whatever. And then you're up close to the platform. Here, it spawned us way out here. Like, we had to have blocks to get through. But we had made a little tunnel. I've since gotten some of these blocks because I thought they looked really neat, like kind of like dragon scale-ish. This is from everything that we brought here so far. I'm gonna try to keep looking down the best I can, but trying to show you guys at the same time. Trying not to look at these guys. That was a glitch. I have taken down a couple obsidian towers because I needed obsidian for things. There's one of the towers over there that we used. Trying to go over and show you guys it. Oh, and the blue scales here, that's what bedrock looks like. Like the blue scaly look thing. Yeah, that's what they look like here. And these guys lately have been like asking to get hit, so it's oh my god. Okay. Okay. So this is kind of what these look like here. Pretty neat. Yeah, these guys are really trying to get hit. It bothers me so much. Okay, anyways. Oh, sorry. I had to randomly cough there. Oh, my apologies. But yeah, let's get through here. Let me come back out here. So yeah, that's the joys of the end area here that I did. Again, I did it for everyone. I usually try to do everything I can to make sure that everyone has what they need and kind of like mommy-ish. It's kind of weird. Um, but hey, it worked. Hi, cow. I think it's funny too. Like if you look at the cow, the patterns on them, pretty neat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ride back, and then when we get there, I'll get on the other rail system that I have set up, and that rail system will lead us to my map 9 excursion area, where I had some fun with everybody or for everybody, and created a big area amusement park. I even made a sphinx, and yeah, just something that I did for everybody else. The video lasted a little bit longer than planned, so please make sure that you go and check out the video 2 of 2. I've got video 1 of 2 that is going to be uploaded first, and 2 of 2 will be shortly following for the rest of the video clips. So be sure to check that out so you guys can see all of the map 9 and even Augustus's play yard.